It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Bills and the Jets on Monday night.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, the new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night, all sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we?
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And check down, complete to Hall. So he stopped for no gain. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll run with Hall. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One, that's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him. And
here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Yeah, a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st down, Horn. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Throwing again, Horn. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, Horn. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. New York ready to go again offensively. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division. Now Hall to start the drive. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Brandon, I know this isn't when
his interception on that last drive set the other guys up pretty good. They had solid field position. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Horn. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, Horn. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Horn, flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now he spiked it on 3rd down. I don't know if he heard a whistle. There was no whistle. He just got up and spiked it. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this 1st half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the 2nd quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He was intercepted on that last drive, the 3rd one he's thrown in this 1st half alone. Throwing to start the drive. Horn. And he rifles one incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. Horn. There's Hall bringing in another one. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw. Horn. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Off play action. Horn. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man here is Conklin. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Horn. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the gun on 3rd down. Horn. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting... The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. Horn. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just... indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan. All right. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Off the play fake. Horn. He'll buy some time right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 23 yards on the play.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
Paul on a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Horn. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall from 3 yards out. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Throwing to start the drive. Horn. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Horn. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little.
So out now come the Jets. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Looking to throw. Horn over the middle and complete to Wilson. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Hall. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw. Horn. Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Laying out is Davis, and he's got the football. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis with an amazing diving catch. And the Jets get a small net. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open. On the draw, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Operating from the gun, Horn. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Buffalo, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Ball.